Anyways, I do want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your podcast, for me to get on there and to meet great people that, as you would say, have millionaire mindsets. People that want to grow, people that want to work together in order to build their empire. People that don't mind, sharing their experiences, helping other people, just the talks, the laughs, getting to know each other. It has been an overall great experience meeting new people. I've, gained followers. I've gained friends, or people that I'm now cordial, quite very cordial with from just being on the podcast. So that has been, a very great experience for me. To now that you have even, considered me to be the panelist on His and Hers. So when I walked into, or decided to be on the podcast, that's the last thing that I expected was for, people to really like me like that. And even for you to even consider me being on the panelist, so I'm like crying right now. But other than that, it has been great. It's been great getting to know you, other people.
Man, Talk to Me Nice was a goddamn. It really was supposed to make needed. You know what I'm saying? Lauren came through when we needed that motherfucker, and he delivered on every episode. That shit inspired me to goddamn create content, and shit inspired a lot of other folks to create content. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Love the part. Shit going crazy. Next year, you're going to be doing double what you're doing now.
All right, my name is Lawrence Ray, also known as LRW3, and this is the Talk to Me Nice podcast, a special episode of the Talk to Me Nice podcast. It is actually the 1-year anniversary episode. Today, I got with me two people who you've seen multiple times on the podcast, definitely influential people on the podcast. They should know you by now, but just in case they do not, for whatever reason, both of you all introduce yourselves, let them know who you are.
Alright, what's up, y'all? This your girl, Coca Kleckley. You already know the handles, except Instagram has changed to @TheRealCoca_K.
Not the real Coca.
Yes, baby.
What happened to Poca? Was it Pocahontas?
Man, that handle was so old. Pocahontas wouldn't even mean no more. So, yeah.
We feel. Y'all make sure y'all go follow us.
Bro, this your boy AG2. That's what? This is my 4th episode?
Yeah, that's your boy. Is it your fourth?
I think it is.
Yeah.
It is my 4th, you know.
Okay.
So, my handles for IG is actor _AG2, and also follow my other page, AG2 Music, on everything. So, follow.
And that mic gonna be super loud. You ain't gotta be up on it. That one of all of them is gonna catch you.
Bet.
Don't even worry about that. Alright, so of course, like I said, we're here for the 1-year anniversary of the podcast. I've been away. A lot of people, trust my inbox been flooded with the videos at. I haven't been here to give you no videos, sorry. But for this episode, I did open it up to questions just for people. Some questions are general, just about content creation. Some of them about the podcast. Brought my people here with me to try to do the best we can to answer them for the people, as well as after each question, I will announce a member. We have 15 questions, and we also had something going on that I already announced. What's called the perfect panel.
Oh, first and foremost, because I've been waiting.
Listen, I want to know who the last 5 is, because I tried to send mine in last minute. Tell me I ain't got it.
See, basically, like I said about, a month and a half ago, 15 people can win you $500. Right now, the highest I got was 14 out of 15. So, basically, if you're watching this video at this point, it's probably too late at this point.
Pretty much.
You have up until the video releases to submit your perfect panel. The person with 14 out of 15, obviously, if nobody goes perfect, they still win $100. So after each question, I'm going to announce a member of the perfect panel, obviously, all the way to 15. So we're going to go from there. My first question I got, though, before we even get into questions about the podcast and things like that, I felt it was very important to get a praise to a few people who helped out a lot over the first year of the podcast. Just want to give a quick thanks to Chris Crawford, Trey Payne, Maggie Fulford, and of course Keisha James. Some of them helped early on, some of them helped throughout the year. Whatever you did was very important as far as keeping the podcast growing and moving. So just wanted to shout out those people as far as they knew what they did behind the scenes. It's not even related to a video. As well as I just want to shout out a few businesses who also helped out a lot. Legacy Boutique, No Pressure Global, and of course my man Fresh Briscoe and Right Vibe. Anytime we was in Atlanta, he opened his doors to us. So just wanted to shout those people out because a lot of people for some reason think it's just me doing all this, and it's not. It's definitely those people who are making things happen. So my first question, which you all feel free to jump in on, any advice you would give to a content creator?
I would say it's really about, finding your niche and being consistent with it, no matter what,
Yeah, I think consistency is definitely the key because people going to look for you to put out, you know what I'm saying? And so I was watching something last night and it was like when you slow down, your viewers slow down, the money slow down. So you got to keep that momentum up. And definitely try to be different. Like you see everybody doing this and doing that, like if you're not funny, don't try to be funny.
Right.
Like now you're just gonna be corny to everybody, and they can tell you trying too hard. So
just really just stay in your lane, whatever
basically
it is that you trying to do. Stay in your lane.
No, that's a fact.
Everything will work.
That's a fact. Like when I get people reach out to me about the podcast, like man, what can I do? I want to be like yours. I can tell you what I do, but respectfully, like I tell everybody, like you said, you got to be different because like something I try to stress, not to act like I'm just some like super celebrity or anything like that.
Oh, but no, you're a celebrity, brother.
Nah, but that, man, we ain't getting that. But that comes back to just being a realist. That's like, we can put it to music. If I know somebody who wants to sound like Drake, why would I listen to you? I'm just going to go listen to Drake. Same thing with like, you don't want to come talk to me nice because if they want to watch Talk to Me Nice, they just gonna watch Talk to Me Nice. You need to have some type of thing that nobody else can get anywhere else but from you. All right, the first pick in the perfect panel. It's already been announced. Some of these have already been announced, but let's go ahead. And these are in order of like, he is the first pick to be clear. First pick.
Him number one.
He went number one on the perfect panel.
First round draft pick.
First pick. Already been announced before, but since this is the official video and I got to give you all 15, pick number one is Chris Crawford. Like I already previously said, the love for Chris goes well beyond any video. Like I said previously, and I'm probably gonna put a clip in this video. This is the second attempt for the perfect panel. I mean, not perfect panel, for the podcast. And Chris was a part of the first time we did it. Didn't really work that well. We came back. He was right back in working with me. So if I'm gonna have a panel, it's always got to be Chris. He's always been supportive, even well before video. Like I said, we grew up together. He always had my back. So of course, there is no perfect panel without Chris. So I already been announced before.
Shout out
Chris Crawford, first pick in the perfect panel.
Yeah, man. You already know who this is, man. KTL, you already know, straight from Kathleen, Georgia, man. Gabe on here, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at, man, I want to give a big shout out to Lawrence, man. Big shout out to him, Big Stepper. I called him the CEO, Big calling CEO, way before the podcast even came out. Been knowing this cat way before any of this. Been knowing him since McDonald's days, man. We just clicked ever since, man. I tried to train him on the table one day. He like, I got this. I already knew from that day forward the man was solid. The man was everything. We've been doing all kind of projects together. And now he done got a whole year into this thing. Man, big shout out to you, man. Talk to Me Nice podcast, man. I ain't going to be on here too long because I could talk for days about this cat. But this man is loyal. This man he stand by his word. He's a man of his word, a father, everything and above. Big shout out to you. Keep doing your thing. Keep popping. Keep stepping on these folks' nets. And keep on doing your thing no matter what. Support those who support you. If they don't want to support you, fuck them. Keep going, man. Shout out to you. Happy anniversary to you one more time, bro. Talk to Me Nice. Y'all go goddamn look at all that shit, man. Look at all the videos. Everything is up here, bro. Talk to Me Nice. Big shout out to you, man. Once again, man.
Talk to Me Nice podcast has become a staple in not only my household, but many households across Middle Georgia and beyond. I feel like it is the perfect platform that Ray has created to give a voice to young millennials on fun topics like relationships, serious topics such as mental health, professional topics such as entrepreneurship and credit. I just think that it's amazing, and I'm super proud of where Ray has come and where the podcast has come. And I'm so excited and elated to see where it goes from here, because I mean, can't go nowhere else but up.
For me, I guess the $1 million question made me start a podcast. I just, I felt like it was something that we needed. Not necessarily a podcast. I mean, it just happened to be a camera running. I just felt like something for people to really sit down and just get to talk. It didn't really matter about what. That's why, like, a lot of podcasts are like so locked into like one topic. I'm really not, because my mind is in 1,000 places.
Right.
And I try to make it as inclusive to everybody. You may not like music, but I got a business episode. You may not want to talk about business. I gotta love it. I guess my goal was, I always wanted a group therapy type situation where even if you don't really care about the topic, you'll just come. Like, it's people who don't have nothing to say. They just still come for the vibes, just to like talk to people or just interact with people. So I think that was my main reason for starting it. Again, I wish I had some in-depth answer, because I think that's what people are looking for. I really don't.
Hey, that's good enough, man. Simplicity is the best.
But the next question I got was, what's important when it comes to YouTube? Are you on YouTube yet? Or no? I know you started one.
No, I'm not like on YouTube, but I'm the type of person that I kind of do my research and stuff like that. Like, they was telling me, like last night I was watching the video, so it was like, your click-through rate is that's where the money at. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your thumbnail lit. Make sure your title is lit. So like, even if people don't even know you, you make them want to click on your video. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, they were talking about how, dang, come on, really back in. What was you thinking about? They was talking about how, like, some people think, okay, well, I'm gonna make a 24-minute video or whatever. But if people only watching 2 minutes of your video,
I'm gonna stop letting you talk before I talk.
It really look, because I do my research.
Do your research. That's important, man.
Yeah, like,
Very
I do my research. I look into what's really going on. Like I said, how you gonna beat the system if you don't know the system? You gotta know the system. Like, it's okay to jump in with both feet, but when you jump in with both feet, you need to be looking at what's going on simultaneously. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and analytics is very important. Like she said, click in and.
Well, both feet. I'm about to turn my. I think
what you mean?
Research. Let me turn my
Listen,
laptop,
man. We done been here too long. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Like you said, this is the second time around, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So you had to learn from your first to get to your second.
And that's both of you all, like, that's why I brought them here. Like, I ain't gotta say much. They know the vibes, man. Like they said, impressions, click-through rates, how many people are going from one video to the next. That's important, because the main thing people want when they start YouTube channels is monetization. That's the main thing in monetization. These ads are looking at things like that. How many people are watching more than one video from you? All right, let me put an ad here, because they're going to keep watching that same ad. Or impressions. That's something I learned early on, just to speak to myself in my podcast. When I first started podcast, we were making 2-hour podcasts.
Yeah.
Till I started watching the impressions and realizing people was only watching 59 minutes and 23 seconds of a podcast. So what's the point of the extra? Which is still impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Which is still impressive.
Definitely.
But what's the point of the extra hour?
Right.
So that's the thing too when it comes to YouTube. And also, if you want to talk about YouTube, that's important for ad things as well, because they want to put ads on things that get watched.
Right.
And just to get behind the scenes of YouTube, there's even the most impressive YouTuber, nobody watches 100% of their videos, just because we all know when the video is about to end, people are going to click off. You're never going to have somebody watch 100% of your video. The rate that you look for when you're a YouTuber is surprisingly kind of low. You look for 40 to about 80% of your video time. If you're somewhere in that range, you're considered marketable. So that goes back to, if I know people are watching 59 minutes and 23 seconds, if I do a 2-hour video, yeah, I'm technically still somewhere in that range. I'm in that 40 to 80 range, but barely. But if I cut it down, to an hour flat, now if I know they watch 59 minutes, that's how you cheat the system. But a lot of people, and I'm gonna throw this out there because I hear a lot of YouTubers when they first start, I don't know why you do it. If it's working for you, cool. I've yet to see it work for anybody from what I know, though. I'm not to say it can't work.
Yeah,
just from what people have told me, it hasn't.
Yeah.
A lot of YouTubers make the mistake, and this also messes up your analytics and impressions. They make the mistake when you first start that I'm gonna come out on YouTube and I'm gonna drop 4 videos at one time.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I mean, I guess, but you haven't really earned the respect or garnered the fan base for anybody to sit there and watch 4 straight videos from you.
Right.
So the issue that you're gonna see with your analytics now is, yeah, they may watch the first video you drop. It might even watch some of the second. They're not probably watching the third or the fourth. So now your analytics are gonna show only 2 of your 4 videos are getting watched. Which had you spread it out, maybe like I know my drop rate. That's something like you said. When you learn your numbers, I can drop any video I want as long as they're 3 days apart from each other.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to basically undercut your views. Because the same way, if I dropped 4 videos at once, you might have would have watched all 4 had I spread them out that 3 days.
Yeah.
But because I threw them all at you at one time, I mean, be real with yourself.
Okay, I done had enough of this nigga.
Yeah.
You're going to watch somebody else.
You're not a celebrity, and like even the most entertaining person, I'm not watching that. So you got to be real with your. If you're gonna get on YouTube, and a lot of reasons I think people throw out that idea is, well, the more stuff I throw at the wall, that's gonna get my views higher because I get more chance to get more views. I'm gonna tell you right now, views on YouTube are not important.
Yeah.
They look good.
They look great on analytics.
They look great, but again, it doesn't. If your main focus is getting paid on YouTube, it doesn't matter if you got 30,000 views if they watched your video 23 seconds. Because another important thing when it comes to monetization, you have to have 4,000 watch hours, which means
that's a lot of hours.
Yeah, that's a lot of hours. You got 30,000 views on that one video, but they only watched it 10 seconds.
I was just gonna say 10 seconds.
So
you got a long way. That's a long way.
Yeah, and that's what counts. Those 10 seconds count towards the 4,000. So there's to be honest, there's really no way to cheat your way to that 4,000. You gonna have to earn it. And instead of putting effort into 4 different videos, what I would tell you, put it all into one video.
Right.
Yeah.
Make it good content people want to watch.
Let's announce the second person on the perfect panel. Again, this has already been announced, but let's make it official for the video purpose. Darius Fuller is the second person on the perfect panel.
We knew that one.
Y'all knew that. That's my brother for real. Like literally, my mama called him her son. He get in trouble just like I do. We really went through the lows of the lows, and I probably have put in what I feel like is the most important moment we might have had on the podcast was that mental health one with me and Darius, and we really kind of broke it down and had a conversation about some things.
That was early in the game.
Yeah, that was early.
Yeah,
that was that was pre-episode. I learned a lot of people started watching episode after episode 20. That's for the old heads who really caught that moment. For those who didn't see it, I'm probably
go back and watch.
You gotta go back and watch that.
Was a good one.
I'm probably gonna put it in the video after this little part. But yeah, ever since Darius joined the podcast, man, he really changed the energy on it, really took it to the next level. He is technically the official co-host of the podcast. So, I mean, technically you can't have the perfect panel without the actual
you can't, definitely.
Co-host. So, Darius Fuller is the second person in the perfect panel.
Mr. Throw his phone.
Mr. Throw the phone.
Now, it reaches the point where, yo, not your daddy, but as your brother, I gotta tell you this now, or I may not ever get a chance to tell you. At this point, I am enabling you at this point. And one of those DUIs, you may not live to come tell us about it. And then who am I? Oh man, I can't believe that happened to him. Can you really? You watch them drink every day for 10 years. So that's when it reaches the point like, yo, I can't help you kill yourself. Like if you want to drink, you're a grown man. If you leave here and you go take 10 shots, you got that right to do so. But you're not gonna leave here after taking 10 shots. Yeah. So as your brother, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just not about to contribute to what you're doing. So you can't drink in my house because I know what happens. It's not that I for whatever reason you can't drink. It's whatever I'm trying to tell you to do. It's because I know what happens when you drink, and I'd rather stop you from drinking now, and we can talk instead of letting you drink and we never have a conversation. Like, that's a deep one, because for years I did ignore it. Like, damn, man, Darius tripping, man. But, like, bro, like, it came a point where I was worried, like, Dad, kill yourself, man. And who am I to let you kill yourself and watch you every day kill yourself? Like, even when I bought this house, he would stay on me for a while, every day. Like, he go out to the garage and just hang out there. Every time I walk out there, he drink. Like, bro, this ain't gonna work. Like I said, y'all don't realize how much I want him to win. Like, for years, I've done everything I possibly could. Keep your head up. You gonna win. You gonna win. But I realized the person who was holding you back, it was me. Because you looking at me, everything, I never realized how serious you took everything I said to you. Like he said a few times, this is my mental. People always, even his mom call you, Darius not listening. You need to talk to Darius. Everybody's saying you need to talk to Darius. Darius drinking too much. I ain't said a word. Darius getting DUIs. I'm still, it's good. It's good. Like, you waiting. Like, we can blame. That's another thing. Like, you gotta realize where you're at. Like, who, it's not what you may see yourself as. Same as y'all sitting here. You may not think you that important. I may think what you say is important. And when I said, yo, bro, you can't drink here. He went from drinking every day, he never drunk in my house again. He hadn't got another DUI since. Y'all gotta stop thinking that, yo, I mean, it's okay. It's not okay. And if you think it's okay now, then still think it's okay when you sit in front row at their funeral. Still keep that same energy. Nah, it was okay, man. He can handle his drinks. Like, and one thing I said, like, I mean, you grown. I can only do so much, but sometimes you got to be honest with yourself. I'm not about to help bury you.
Let's go back to the third question before. The question was, what equipment do I use? And they asked the general question, what equipment is best for podcasting? My equipment I use, again, is a Dell PC. It's a Canon M50. The editing software is Filmora 11. All these things you can get. It's not anything exclusive to me. Feel free to use it. As far as what do you need, it really depends. And I hear that a lot from people who want to start podcasts, because that is a good question. And honestly, I would need to know what podcasting or what content you're trying to do to really tell you. Me personally, I have a Rode mic as well that sits on top of my camera. I also have lavalier mics, and I also clearly have studio mics. Depending on what you're going to do, you don't need all three though. If you're going to be doing one-on-one interviews all the time, you just need a pair of lavalier mics. If you're going to be doing group settings, then yeah, probably better to get the Rode. Or if you're going to be doing like this, where a little bit more than 2, but not as many as like 10 to 12, then you might can get some mics or whatever. Really just depends on what you're going to do. I do all 3, therefore that's why I have all 3.
It just depends what works for you. Like, you have to test certain things to see the feel of it, the vibe of it, stuff like that. And whatever works for you, it works.
Yeah, and to me, what I say, it really depends on your budget, because I'm going to be straightforward.
That too.
None of this stuff I use is cheap. Right. I'm going to be just straightforward with you. So if your budget isn't really conducive to buying a lot of this stuff, I would just say you can literally start.
Your girl, because I'll teach you how to get it on business credit.
Facts.
That's the better option.
Facts.
But if push come to shove and you really, not in a situation to start gaining a lot of this equipment, pull your camera phone out. Some of the iPhones have better cameras than most of the cameras you'll pay for at, anywhere under $1,000. So there's always a way to do whatever you want to do. Depending on your budget, like I said, depending on your budget and what you need, that's a little bit more specific of a question. Hopefully that helps you out, though. My first podcast specific question I got was about the first episode that we did. Now, to be clear, because a lot of people kind of messed this up, the first 4 episodes of the podcast were virtual. I think people seem to forget that.
Yeah, they definitely were virtual.
It really depends on what you consider, I guess, to be my first episode. But I do know most people, when they're referring to the first episode, they are actually referring to episode 5, which was the first one in person.
Right here.
So I got one of my people who was on the first one.
We was on the couch.
Yeah, we was
on the couch. Now we here, man.
As far as how that first episode went, man, it was hot.
Yeah, it definitely was hot.
We was in the garage. We're still in the garage right now, but it was a little different because I didn't have all this extra stuff. We literally was in here dying. Yeah. And as far as that goes, man, I really think, like I said, out of respect, I really appreciate the people who were doing the virtuals and things like that, because people are starting to go back and watch those now. Yeah. But in the moment, to put it in its proper context, they weren't watching it. Nobody really cared. Mm-hmm. I think that
pandemic was something.
Yeah. But once people see episode 5 and they seen it's starting to take shape and they seen the conversations and people kind of joining together, I think that's when it kind of got a little bit more notoriety. And especially, like I always say, I always thank you. I always thank Cam or Rashad Young. I don't know what he want me to call him right now. My man Sirion,
Right.
and my guy Demetrius, man. Because I mean, let's be honest, man. It's easy now. If I just post who want to be on the podcast, everybody and their mama want to come.
Everybody.
But back then, y'all like, what the hell is talking to me? Why I want to come do that? I got like, why I want to take my time to come over here? You all didn't do that to me, man. I reached out to y'all, and that's another thing. I don't ask people to join no more, just to be clear.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
I asked them to be clear because I knew what they could do. I knew how serious they would take it if I asked them, and they did everything, honestly, I could have hoped for. So, I mean, we was in here hot and dying. You know, they continue to stay engaged the whole time. They continue to give me effort as if, like, it was worth giving effort, because to be real, it wasn't worth taking serious at that moment, but that didn't stop you all from doing that.
I would say to that, you know, every opportunity you have to show out, whatever it is. So that's what we did. We showed out.
Thanks to you all, like I said, I remember it like it was yesterday. That was the first 1,000 view video we had.
Right.
You know, now on the podcast, we hitting thousands in like 30 minutes.
Right.
We weren't doing that then.
Right.
That was actually a real celebration we had. And that's why I think over this past year, every opportunity I had music related, before I extend it to the public, it always runs through you all first. You have right of refusal, and then if they can't do it, y'all, I guess whoever else can do it, man.
And I definitely appreciate that, because like when I reached out to you for the music, my very first song, Black King, which is still on all platforms, with Ray, I mean, he didn't have to. He really didn't have to, bro. And I appreciate that. So to be a part of this podcast, I was like, just show love back, really.
That's a fact. And for y'all who don't even, I don't even be rapping like that no more either. So that took
Which is crazy if y'all knew the story for real.
Yeah, but nah, again, shout out to you all. Shout out to everybody from the virtuals. I don't want to be disrespectful to that.
Facts.
I definitely appreciate the people before on the virtuals. But if I'm being honest, as far as what was the moment, it was episode 5. Perfect panel. My pick for number 3. It's already been stated before. We'll say it again. Miss Gabrielle Mays, the first female on the perfect panel for a good reason. She came later on in the year, but I mean, she's kind of been killing it the whole time. People literally ask for her by name now. She's been a star like 3 podcasts in a row, probably 5 if I put these things out on time. I got a couple more you all ain't seen that she's a star of as well. But she's always honest, always want to tell a good story, never scared to kind of leave herself out there just for the entertainment purposes, and I can't thank her enough for that. So we having a perfect panel. Gotta have a female in the top 3, and I'm taking Gabby with the top 3 pick.
And that's why
That's what I'm talking about.
be you. I seen the
Be
preview
yourself.
and she was like, I didn't think people would like me, and that be the thing. People be thinking, oh, you know, I'm gonna try to be like this person, whatever. Be you. You'll be surprised at how many people really can relate to you and be like, okay, I fuck with this girl. Like, you never know. So shout out to Gabby.
Again, be yourself.
Shout out to the Talk Me Nice podcast, 1 year anniversary. And it's been a long journey. Shout out to Ray for, you know, just like allowing everybody to just be a part of a high level conversation, high level atmosphere, bro. Every time we get together, it's always lit. So I'm looking forward for, you know, year number 2. Hey man, let's keep on going up on these ratings. Let's keep on just sharing the entrepreneur spirit and just helping everybody, you know what I'm saying, to get a spotlight on their business. And you know what I'm saying, shout out for everybody just came out for the good vibes. Hey, salute.
What up, y'all? It's Diamond, aka Lacey's Visuals. Big shout out to Ray and the Talk to Me Nice podcast, the fastest growing podcast in Middle Georgia, bro. Happy anniversary. I want you to keep dropping the content, keep giving us great conversations, the free game. Y'all be on the lookout for the Rapsheet. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, and don't forget to talk to him nice.
Sir, man, shout out to the bro, man. Y'all already know, man. Little bro Ray, man, keep doing your thing, man. Keep going up, man. Make an amazing move, man. You already know what it's gonna pay out, man. Keep that bag, Brody.
Again, these people are already known. So there's nothing out of the ordinary if you've been paying attention for these. Pick 4 is Trey Payne. I really could have took Trey at number 1 and justified it if I worked. But, you know, if I wanted to. But top 5 works for him, man. This is the main guy. This is the main guy I bounce ideas off of behind the scenes, man. He helps me create some of the best ideas that we've done. And to be fair, he also saves me from some of my worst ideas. So his influence, shout out to Trey for real. His
you need that guy.
His influence has been clear, man, since from joining the Rapsheet to the connection he has in terms of talent that we brought onto the platform. He always takes his time, him and Kashana, of course, shout out to her. They always come down here. They live in Atlanta, so just the commitment to be driving down here constantly just to come work with me and do what I need them to do. Just shout out to both of them for taking that time and believing in what we got going on. Anytime you have a platform, you need somebody like Trey. I already got him on mine, so you can't have him, but hopefully you find somebody else like him.
Facts.
So without any hesitation, I'm taking Trey pick 4, man. First big video. People probably gonna think I'm gonna say episode 20. I'm not. My first big video I would actually say is episode 11, which somebody here was on. I don't know if she remember. But
It'll be you. It was you.
It was the mental health one that you were the co-host of.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Shout out to that.
I would
I
say,
love that episode.
yeah, I would say that was my first big video because of the amount of people. Like people. All right, I'm gonna put y'all behind the scenes real quick to explain why this video was so big. When I ask people to come, I usually only want about 10 people, but I'll tell about 14 to 15 they can come. Because last minute people gonna cancel, they gonna do some things, and it's gonna even out to the number I wanted anyway. That didn't happen on this episode. Literally everybody who said they were coming showed up, plus a few more people. So
It was hot.
it was a lot of people in that episode.
It was hot.
But I think that was the most important one to that date because it was mental health. Like people was in there
Yeah.
crying, people was in there really opening up, taking it serious.
Yeah, that was good.
I had some people like reach out to me behind the scenes, and I was just like, "Dang, like this really impacting people's lives."
I think that was one of the first, like I keep mentioning turning points. Obviously, you were the first one to, like, on the episode 5, people started seeing what we were doing.
Right.
I think that was the one where people started taking it from
serious.
entertainment to more of like, oh, this is a legit platform.
Yeah.
I can come on
Yeah.
here and actually talk.
Yeah.
So to me, that was my first big one, and that was the first video that ever got 10,000 views. So
Wow.
again, my first big video. I know everybody's jumping episode 20. That's not the first big one. So we'll get to episode 20. Don't worry, we're not there yet. Let's see. Again, I'm gonna move this thing along because I don't want this too long, and I still gotta put everybody's videos in who sent me stuff. Perfect panel pick 5 is Jay Wall.
Oh yes,
I
gotta have J. Wall.
I'll go on record and say Wall was the undisputed star at the beginning of the podcast. If Wall wasn't available, we weren't filming. That's
That what's up.
That's how important he was, man. He was one of those people who had a talent to have a serious conversation, but could switch real quick and just make the whole room laugh. So y'all ain't seen Wall in a while. I've been talking to him. He said he's trying to get back on soon. So we hopefully get Jay Wall back on here soon. So shout out Wall, top 5 pick on the perfect panel.
Congratulations on the 1 year. I just want to say I think that the podcast is absolutely amazing. It provides an opportunity to share positivity, growth, achievements, and all of the great things that are happening right here in the city. Even for someone who just needs to talk, get something out of their chest, and just be comfortable. There's something for everybody. I really enjoy watching. I enjoy the guests. I enjoy the debates. It's all great. Keep going, keep growing. You're exactly what the city needs, and we're all proud of you.
I just want to say thank you to Lawrence Ray for bringing this platform to Middle Georgia, for the entrepreneurs, for the rappers, for just people with dreams and not knowing how to start. Just the home buying videos. Like, this platform itself is everything that Middle Georgia needed, just to bring people together without wanting anything in return. Like, it's super dope. Like, the podcast is super dope. Lawrence, you're super dope. Like, thank you for a year of creativity and opportunities. If y'all haven't been on the podcast, you gotta join the podcast. Like, super dope. Thank you for this.
What's going on? I just want to give a big shout out to my guy LRW3, also known as Lawrence Ray. Man, I just want to say the Talk to Me Nice podcast this year, I have seen it do amazing numbers. This is my first time ever being on a podcast in general, and I just want to say that with the experience that I got from the Talk to Me Nice podcast, I'll be willing to do a lot more things like it. And I just wish the podcast itself, the whole cast, everybody on it, man, everybody whoever joined it, the best. And I already know it's gonna keep on rolling, it's gonna keep on doing numbers, it's gonna keep on continuing to make great relationships. positive impact on the community and also the world in general. I've seen the thing do great things, bring everybody together, man. So I don't expect nothing but the best and the greatest to come from it, man. So big shout out to LRW3, Talk to Me Nice podcast. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's time to style by Sean. Success is a mindset. Let's get it.
And I want to give a shout out to Lawrence Ray with Talk to Me Nice. It's big now, it's going to be even bigger later. I love the platform you giving people, the topics, the conversation is well needed. And keep going. If y'all ain't know that, then what you doing?
Alright, let's move this thing along again. Most educational episode I've had. Again, I know where everybody's jumping to. I'm not about to say episode 20. This one was episode 16, actually. This one had Bree Jenkins on it, Takenya on it. Shout out my personal realtor, Mr. Ryan Durham, on there, as well as Stephen Bush. The reason I say this was the most informational one is, one, Stephen owns a consulting firm or something of that nature, so he's really about his business. If you haven't seen that one before, he was talking some next level game. Yeah. To the point that this was the first episode we ever paused filming because people wanted to take notes. Wow. So that episode, that episode, literally, what I learned on that episode is what I took to everybody's favorite episode. So without that episode, we don't have that episode, which then takes us somewhere else. So to make this quick, that is the most educational episode. If you haven't seen it, it's called Financial Literacy, and it lives up to its name. Who was Pick 6? Oh, okay, yeah. Pick 6, real quick. And then we're going to get y'all back in here. Pick 6 was Mr. Antravius Taylor, Mr. Rock Out the Barber.
Yes, sir.
This is where the panel starts to get a little bit harder. Hopefully, this is not impacting my audio. I hope not. It's raining pretty bad if you're hearing it. But Mr. Antravius Taylor, Mr. Rock Out, a star in the making, a moment. He came onto the platform. He's been killing it ever since. Kind of like a new age Jay Wall. He can switch from joking but can still have a conversation. Really a true talent. He probably would have been higher in the list had he joined sooner. But hey, might be top 3 next year. But for right now, I'm taking him at Pick 6.
Hey y'all, let me talk to y'all about Talk to Me Nice podcast. When I tell y'all, that podcast has brought me out my comfort zone since day one, and I just haven't stopped loving it. I've loved the vision. It has helped me network. It has gained me a business partner. It has just impacted my life all the way around, especially my business life. But also, I made new friends and family members. So, if you ain't been on there, you need to go catch the vibes. Talk to Me Nice.
Hey, it's your boy Jive English, Spitfire Poetry Group, Clicked Up the podcast. Just throwing a big shout out there to LRW3, doing his big things, Talk to Me Nice, and all the other things he's been doing, man. It's been amazing to watch this brother grow and blossom and do the amazing things with consistency, in intensity, in intentionalism, and all those other things, man. It's been dope watching you, for real. Watching you go from 2s and fews to tens of thousands in the span of a year, man. It just proves that growth and consistency is going to merit something. Man, you've been a motivating factor and an inspiration to me personally. You know what I'm saying? Just watching you. And thank you for letting me even be on your platform, sharing that space with you, and definitely, growing and building. You've been real in front of the camera and behind the camera. Anybody that ever wants to link up, you've been, a wellspring of information to anybody, keeping it real, keeping it local, keeping it street level, and still with mass appeal. I see you, man, doing your thing, man. Thank you for what you're doing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it big. Take it easy.
When should you start, if people want to promote something on your podcast, or people want you to shout them out, or things like that?
ASAP, get the money. I mean, I feel like you're going to have the people that looked out for you. You know what I'm saying? You know who it is and who is not. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, I'm a hustler. So I feel like take your brand serious. Like, the next person is only going to take your brand as serious as you take it.
That's definitely facts.
I mean, who you do favors for is up to you. You know what I'm saying? But I say off rip. You know what I'm saying?
I would say just, again, it depends. It definitely depends. Like Ray, I won't be mad if you charge all of us because you have the right to do that because you got that buzz. I would respect it because I respect other people's brands. You know what I'm saying? We're all brands.
Right.
Those that are in content creation or music, acting, whatever. You have to respect yourself, know your worth, and go after it. So,
to me, and this is something that I'm starting to transition into, because to be clear, I didn't charge anybody for anything in year one. Everybody got everything for free, interviews, promotions. My thing with that was, and again, this goes back, like you said, to your situation, because everybody is not financially in a situation where you can turn down them dollars. True. Maybe you do need to go ahead and pick up. They might be offering you $20. Maybe you need to go pick that $20 up, because that might be the difference between you doing what you need to do financially and you not being able to.
Right.
Myself, I was more in a financial situation where I didn't need the money. So it allowed me to make decisions not everybody can make. So I keep that in mind as well.
That too.
But I need money, not need money. Hey, savings, Roth IRA,
true,
investments.
But see,
money is
now,
a number.
I didn't say I wasn't looking for the money eventually, but to me, I treat everything like business, and everything in life is about leverage.
Yeah, definitely.
Facts.
And when I first started the podcast, I could have charged you $20 to shout you out, but then the argument that comes back to you is, well, what am I paying you for? You got 100 subscribers, you get like 20 views an episode.
But that goes back to what you was saying on another episode. You was like, you just starting out with a clothing line, and you trying to charge $40 for a t-shirt like this. Can I go get me a Nike shirt for $40? So I mean,
and exactly, if you haven't seen that was Millionaire Mindset with No Pressure. When we was talking about that, that goes back to how I treated my podcast. How we was like, hey, well, why would I do that? Like, same thing. Well, why would I pay you $20 if I'm gonna pay for a podcast? Buddy over there doing that, I can just go give him. Same thing now. I didn't charge nobody because what was more important? Again, I told y'all how I promote. I need as many people here. So if I start charging you too early, you're not gonna come. I just cut my own legs off. But if I got everybody to come, and now I'm sitting here, and now I'm popping. Now when I come to you and say, hey, I need X amount, damn, why I gotta pay you? You ain't got to. We'll go to another podcast that's one gonna let you sit here. Two, gonna get you the recognition or acknowledgement you want as quickly as I can. And three, actually wants to do it. Who's gonna take you serious.
So that's when it comes to details.
Yeah, that's when it comes to details.
I was thinking promotional, like, somebody just hit you up like, hey, can you wear my shirt or something like that. Like somebody you don't know. Like I was saying earlier, typically your main supporters in the beginning is gonna be your local community. You know what I'm saying? You gotta reach them before you can reach out. So when I say like do it off rip, I mean if they ain't if this is somebody that you're reaching ahead of time, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Be a good business person.
True.
But like how this started, it was the local support, local community. Many people that we knew, some people that we don't, some of us don't know. So that's what I
Yeah, and that branches out. And don't get me wrong, because that goes to if you got somebody reaching out to you to wear your stuff or wear their stuff, then you're probably already at that level. Then you already nobody. I mean, let's be real. Nobody's reaching out to you if you ain't got nothing going on. So clearly, if they're saying, hey, can you wear my shirt? Even if you're just starting out, maybe you might just be lucky. Maybe you might just be popping like that you already can charge from the start. So that really depends on the person. Most things got to, again, build up the leverage. So when they say, well, why should I pay you? You can now have a solid argument other than, oh, that's just my price is my price, which is fair. That is, your price is your price. But when you're talking business, you need to justify that price still. Like, all right, well, go somewhere else. And once you reach that point where if you tell somebody to go somewhere else and there is nowhere else, that's why I think it's time to charge them. As far as me, I'm big on if you weren't around at the beginning. Now, the people who've been around from day one, I will never charge a dime. I don't care if we start making $1 million from this. Nobody who's been around will ever be charged for anything. But I had said for the longest, either we both showing love or we both doing business.
He has
accordingly. So the word is accordingly. How you act is how I'm gonna act.
So a lot of people, I'm noticing that now, like a lot of people didn't think it was important enough before to come, which is fine. I'm not mad about that. But now they hit me, hey man, hey big bro, because they got to throw big bro in there.
Come on, we already know.
Hey big bro, you think you could do this for me?
You trying to ride the wave?
Yeah, of course. But again, I'm not showing love. You're paying for promotion. So at that point, to me, that goes back to, I like both of you all answers when it comes to really charging. That's really based off your platform your financial situation, and I mean, honestly, how important it really is to you. Oh, all right, pick 7 on the perfect panel. We're speeding this thing along because, like I said, we got a lot of things to do in this. Keyshawn Brown. Success is a mindset, kind of self-explanatory.
Keyshawn.
Yeah, Keyshawn came on episode 20, showed his whole behind in a good way, and now half the city's yelling success is a mindset, man. Keyshawn, always good energy, just a great all-around person. I don't think I've ever not seen him smiling, so the joy he brings to a room is unmatched. So if I was going to have a perfect panel, I definitely need Keyshawn in there smiling for it.
Right.
Hey guys, this is Dante Hancock. You've probably seen me in the early episodes of Talk to Me Nice with my brother, Lawrence Ray, and just doing a quick summary of how his show has helped me. Before I started going on his show, you know, I was one of those people that was afraid to open up and talk about stuff. And, you know, growing up as a male in America, especially African American like myself, you know, we're raised to not talk, just be tough, you know, get through it. And that was my mentality for a while, especially going through what I went through, having to cut off my own family, having to cut off friends who I thought were friends. So going to his podcast, I was around people that went through similar pains as me. So I was able to open up and get the idea, hey, it's okay to open up. And I've also met a lot of people that were just like me. So it's definitely made an impact on my life, and it just got me out of my shell pretty much, and also let me see other people grow. I've known Lawrence Ray from back during the basketball days. He was young, and seeing him doing his podcast, you know, is really an inspiration to me and a lot of other people. So it's definitely helped me positively, especially being an advocate of a married man, you know, voicing, hey, you know, you got to support your wife, support yourself, support your marriage. It's also helped me portray that information onto other people, single people who've been through divorce, you know, people who have a spouse and having trouble. So it's more than just a podcast for me. It gave me the chance to open up and help others open up as well. So support my boy Lawrence Ray. Hopefully be on another podcast soon. And
Lawrence, I am so proud of you and everything that you have accomplished with that Talk to Me Nice. Like, sir, you don't understand how positive of an impact you are making, not only in the African American community, but in the community for the youth. I want to say thank you for being a positive role model that our little boys and our little girls can look up to. I know that there's going to be nothing but straight fire coming from your channel, nothing but positivity, nothing but motivation. Thank you for being not only a role model, but also an influencer out here in these communities, because we don't have too many people that are actually good influences. So I want to say thank you for setting the standard, and let's keep going and make sure that you continue to talk to me nice. All right.
So, speaking of episode 20, my next question I had, the turning point for the platform. Clearly, without a doubt, it's episode 20. I don't even know how we could really argue that. I know people may have been watching, like, of course, obviously you two were watching because you all were on episode 5, episode 7, episode 10. You all are some of the few, because I'm a realist, some of the few who were watching prior to episode 20. So I thank you all, of course. This is why you're here. But a lot of people weren't watching. Let's just be real. But like that episode really kind of turned people on, and really they started seeing what we was doing. That was a business episode. Had business owners here. That episode sparked a lot of business relationships. I know Khadijah and Keyshawn mentioned that they actually went into business after coming on the podcast together. Keyshawn, like I said, he done
Butter Me Up.
Yeah, shout out Butter Me Up, Legacy Boutique. Keyshawn became a celebrity. Now Mr. Success is a mindset.
Nothing wrong with it.
Just a lot of friendships. I see a lot of support from everybody who was on there, and that just really where we kind of took off from. It was a pack. A lot of people don't realize it was a packed room. Not even just people on camera. It was people lined up all around the camera. It was just people, good energy. We were having a lot of fun that time, and it really translated to the camera in the best way. And I think that really took the podcast kind of to the second part of the year. And I think at that point I might have had, because I put it on the video, I might have had like 1,000 subscribers or a little bit over 1,000. We ended the year at like 8. So like that kind of tells you what that episode where we went after that. So let me see. Perfect panel pick 8. We're starting to get into the lesser known people on the panel now. This is what I'm trying to hurry up to for my people who still here waiting. Perfect panel pick 8 is Miss Khadijah Myers. One of the most supportive people who've been on the podcast. Actually is the only person on a perfect panel who was on a virtual episode. So we're talking longevity with this pick
longevity,
as well.
definitely.
Literally from day one, she's been supportive from the podcast, the Rapsheet. Talk to her nice, you name it. Whatever I needed her to do, she's always done it. So I'm definitely, without a doubt, I gotta take Khadijah on the perfect panel.
It's your boy Darius Fuller, aka Darius Vibes, Mr. Throw Your Phone. Just want to talk about my brother's success. He's coming up on his 1-year anniversary for the Talk to Me Nice podcast on YouTube. Has reached so many milestones very quickly. A lot of accomplishments in this 1 year that a lot of YouTubers can't say that they have, and they've been in the game much longer with much more resources. He's built it up by himself, and then he allows for other people to come and join and branch out, and it's helped so many people with their branding, their businesses, even giving them the opportunity to create their own YouTube or social networking. And it's crazy because a lot of people think like, wow, this came out of nowhere, like how did he do this? I have to explain something in this video because I've known him since 2013-14. We went to the same high school. I did not know him then. I knew of him, but I didn't know him like I know him to this day. We met in college through my roommate, who I've known for a long time, Aaron Lewis, A5. Shout out to you as well, brother. And I was at a point in my life where I thought I was on top of the world. I thought that I could do anything. And then life hit me. I was running from my parents, and I fell into the leadership of Ray. He took me in. We started going to different events and things and talking. And we always mixed and matched with people to let them know that they're better than what they are. Because one thing he always did that stood out that most didn't was disagree with me. I always wanted to be spoiled with friendships. I always wanted to be whatever I want, that's what I want to get. And he was like, no, you're wrong. Go talk to your parents. Fix this, fix that. And that stuck with me. Like, he wants me to be a better man. And that's where the Talk to Me Nice comes from. And, we were cool at a place at North Crest called the 48. And for him to talk about the things about recording and doing all those things and to see it now, because I've been there since day one. The cameras weren't on back then, but he's been doing this. The camera is just showing who he always have been. I've been there since day one. So to be a part of it and then look around like, yo, you was really talking about this back in 2014, 16, 17 and on up when you was helping me. And to see it, it's just such a blessing to watch this young man build not only himself, but a brand for the people. Shout out to my brother. Again, my name is Darius Fuller. Talk to me nice.
Always big on trying to showcase talent, but as well as trying to, maybe help people make a couple of dollars if I can. So the pressure cooker, 3 minutes could win you $100. Basically, the best lyricist wins money. So how that works is kind of self-explanatory. You pick your own beat, you can freestyle, or you can come fully prepared. Like I always told anybody, I wouldn't recommend freestyling because if he comes with writtens, you're probably gonna lose unless you just that deal. Esco Extera, my guy Esco Extera, the undefeated pressure cooker champ. I can go all day about his talent and his work ethic. He's always ready. He's always hungry. Guys like that, you just got to root for.
Facts.
What me and Esco, it started just from the pressure cooker. He just showed up and started rapping one day. What me and him have now, it go way past any video. When his daughter was born, I was up at the hospital with him just celebrating.
Oh, so
I always try to let him know I'm proud of him as a man and not just a rapper or the talent. People always ask me, do I see him losing anytime soon? I remain unbiased, as much as I support Esco. Hey, we know how the pressure cook is, man. He comes slipping one day. Anybody can get caught. That's what it's for. You under the pressure.
But they scared.
They scared of him right now.
That's why I say no, because they scared. Like, ain't nobody really trying to get up on a platform that people actually watching and get embarrassed. Like, you really gotta feel like you got it to go up against him. Like, I think I seen like his first video and I was like, oh yeah, they're not coming for him. And
Listen,
who done did it yet?
I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna go on record. Esco, my man. What was the Rap Sheet Showcase?
Live.
Pressure Cooker. I thought Esco was losing that night. I'm gonna keep it real.
What?
And I'm gonna keep it on camera, Esco.
Was that the throw the phone night?
Yeah, that was throw the phone.
Okay, yeah,
I'm not gonna front, Esco. I lay you to death.
Darius came hard.
I think that might have been a debatable night, but Esco showed level. I think had Darius went after Esco, Darius might have been champ that night. They still talking throw the phone.
Yeah.
Like,
Look, I'm that's that throw the phone night.
They still talking throw the phone.
What?
I don't know.
Throw the phone night, man. Like, we didn't know he had all that in him. It was just like, once he threw the phone, the tag happened. That was definitely tag night.
Esco showed levels though. Darius created a moment. Esco still took the championship home though. So what I would say, hey, if you beat him, you gonna have to earn it because he ain't going down without a fight.
Definitely gotta earn it.
Shout out Esco, man. Talented guy. Proud of everything you're doing. You already know how that goes, man. Let's introduce the last person who's already been announced on the Perfect Panel so we can go ahead and jump into the fun of this thing. Perfect Panel pick 9 is Mr. Courtney Cartel. Yep. Mr. Controversy. Every time Courtney walks in the room, you already know he's coming to put on the show. His talent's through the roof. Shout out Hot 106 and everybody over there.
Love.
Yeah. One thing about Courtney, he's always ready to stand his ground. The entire room could be against him. We've had podcasts where it was. Courtney still gonna feel how he feel. He's gonna stand firm in his beliefs. One of the funniest people and one of the best people you can meet. You can't have a perfect panel without Courtney because he's gonna make everybody laugh. He's gonna keep everybody engaged.
Definitely gotta love that.
Yeah, you gotta love that. Definitely. All right, the next thing we're gonna talk about real quick, the Rap Sheet. Let me just go on record and say some of the funniest moments I had this year were associated with the Rap Sheet. Had the Rap Sheet consistently put out content because we took about a 6-7 month break. I think this probably would have likely produced the highest viewed video eventually. A lot sooner. We probably would have got a 50K video a lot sooner than that. But things happen. People's schedules. A lot of things went into why the Rap Sheet took a break.
Yeah.
That idea came from as much local talent as we had, as we have. There's nobody really kind of giving true feedback to people. A lot of people, I think, when it comes to the Rap Sheet, and that's something like. First off, I'm gonna say it now. If you want to send your music to me on the Rap Sheet, please watch a Rap Sheet episode first, because in year 2, I refuse to sit on phones with rappers who don't like what we said about them. That's another reason a Rap Sheet stopped for a while, just because it got annoying. Like, again, I'm not even charging you for this. I ask everybody before they send music, do you understand what the Rap Sheet is? Yeah, I'm ready. As soon as they hear what we said, now, hour-long conversation, and you don't like what we said, you feel a way about what was said.
Yeah.
And that go back to, I think people really confuse what support is. Some people think like blind loyalty is a form of support. Here at the Rap Sheet, we really believed in honesty. It isn't always what you want to hear, but it's always what you need to hear. And it's always coming from a place of love. I make it clear every episode. I will celebrate you if you deserve it, but I'll also let you know if you don't. That's just what it is. And everybody knows what I say. It is not a critique on you as a person. Half these rappers I don't even know. Right. We strictly talking about what you sent on this one song. This is strictly music. It is always and always will be strictly music. And another thing is, I think people forget because they be like, man, you let so-and-so slide. First off, I don't let nobody slide. Yeah. But I compare people to what I believe their talent level is. So if I feel like you have next level talent, then I'm listening to you a little bit harder because I feel like you could get to the next level. Everybody, I love everybody, but everybody isn't made to be a rapper. So I'm comparing him to his talent level. He's doing the best he can with what he has. Right. So when you hear these critiques, we don't go soft on nobody. It's just, what are we expecting somebody to do if they ain't got it? Yeah. Right. And we tell them, don't get me wrong, we tell them they ain't got it, but we're not gonna waste a lot of time. Like, well, I'm gonna spend 5 minutes telling you ain't got it. Yeah. Right. You understood how we felt in 30 seconds, so we're gonna keep it moving. As far as the Rap Sheet goes, I do just want to take a second to thank Michael Dawson, Diamond Hudson, and Trey, of course, for believing in the idea, for always keeping the Rap Sheet group chat lit, because we do have a group chat, and just standing in the fire with me. Like I say, people don't always like what's said, but I always stand behind them in whatever comments they make about people. Everyone didn't obviously enjoy the comments, but that never stopped them from staying objective and, staying in line with the vision. The Rap Sheet has came back. We haven't had we haven't had Mike or Diamond back on yet. Hopefully get them back soon. But yeah, if you got music, we're back up and running. Definitely Rapsheet's on the way if you haven't. So shout out to, like I said, those people. And like I said, that was probably my favorite series, and I'm glad it's back up and running.
Facts.
Yeah, so let's start getting into the unknown on the perfect panel with pick 10. These are the people who have not been announced yet. So the first person on the perfect panel who's brand new to this video is Miss Keela Graham. The top 10 pick on here off her vibes alone. She's always gonna come in cool as hell before the camera rolling. Keela gonna get everybody together in her own special way. If you've been here before, you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean you haven't came enough. But she'll have the whole room on a certain energy before we even begin filming. Just like in Travius, she probably has top 5 talent had she joined sooner. She came a little bit later on in the year. But she still rounds out our top 10 right here. So
lottery pick. Lottery pick.
Yeah, top 10 lottery picks. That's the lottery. Back to the rap sheet real quick. This was a crazy one. A question I got that I actually really liked this question. I was asked, we had a lot of people send in music. I was asked what was my favorite rap sheet song of the year. Now as far as the rap sheet, that's tough because there's been a lot of talent that came through there. But this question, I don't think nobody's answer would necessarily be the same because, you know, that really depends on what music you like. My top 5, I would say though, was shout out J101 with his song Hard Times. That was on episode 3. XL the Scholar, God Showed Out from episode 4. CGM Capo, Meet the Freak on episode 5. Serion Los, top 3 on episode 3. And then Serion Los again with CC on episode 6 was my top 5. I asked a few people, I don't know if you all heard us, I don't know if y'all heard all those songs. I asked a couple people who they believe to be the best one out of that. And the answer we got, so this is technically, I guess, the rap sheet song of the year, would be XL the Scholar, God Showed Out. That was
shout out to him.
The one apology we ever gave on the rap sheet. I think I had spoke, I'll put the clip in there. It was the last song we played on that episode, and I'm not gonna front, the whole episode had been kind of subpar, so I was talking a little trash. I'm gonna keep it real.
I think I remember that episode.
Yeah, and after we heard this song, I owed him an apology. So shout out XL the Scholar. He was voted rap sheet song of the year.
Shout out to him.
So to skip forward, perfect panel pick 11. What y'all think this one is right here, man?
My brain hurt.
11?
Too many people.
Yes.
At 11, this one is one I could not leave him off. He is an OG. He is one of those guys, man. Mr. Dante Hancock at pick 11.
Let's go, Dante.
Let me make it clear, because I had to put him on here. Before it was cool to come, Dante was still here. Yeah. Always supportive, always honest, and just a genuine guy that I just respect. The love he shows is unmatched, and his support for everyone.
Proper guy.
Mr.
Okay. I'm like, I know him.
Yeah,
these are facts. Do your research.
Yeah, his love is unmatched, and his support is always top tier. I appreciate all he does. And I can't thank him enough for believing in me. There's always going to be a spot for him at the podcast. Even if we fool, y'all going to have to scoot over for Dante.
Facts.
And shout out Dante for something unrelated to the podcast. If you ever seen an episode with him, one thing you know he's going to do is make sure you know he loves his wife.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's something you got to acknowledge with him. That's something you got to appreciate because we just don't see that often no more. So shout out Dante, man. Perfect panel, pick 11. Let's jump right to pick 12, man. I'm ready to just go announce this one. Who y'all think pick 12 is?
12.
Girl or boy?
It's a female.
It's a female.
I'm burnt.
You ain't got no idea who it might be.
I'm thinking.
Let's see. Who has been named? I think the top 3 have been named.
Keyshawn.
Not Keyshawn. Shout out Keyshawn. It's not Keyshawn. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna let y'all just start naming names. It's gonna get a little awkward when I keep saying that. You sure you ain't got no idea who it is? I gave you a hint.
I was gonna say you probably did, but when I say
it's the first word I said that I gave you a hint.
What was the first word?
I don't know.
First word I said was, you sure you don't know who it is?
You.
Me.
I was about to say that. I should have said that. Yeah.
Pick 12. We got Miss Queen Coco. I mean, self-explanatory. What can we say? She's Queen. She always gonna come no matter what it is. She done been on everything. No hesitation. Always gonna put on the show. Always gonna make sure her presence was felt. Again, another person who's been longevity. Well, episode 7 was your first time. We 70 videos in now. Time and time again. I think you've been on everything. Podcast. Talk to her nice. His and her. Like anything I do, you there. So how we gonna have a perfect panel without the queen? So
I appreciate
that is pick 12.
Yo, it's me, Filet DC. I just want to let you know, Ray, I'm proud of you. Shout out to the Talk to Me Nice podcast, the whole cast. I want to give y'all congrats on 1 year, making it to 1 year. I know I hadn't got in there yet. I probably was like one of the first people to reach out to you, Ray. And, schedules just be so busy. Shit, I be out of, I don't be in one of Robins enough. And then when you come up here, you be moving around, shit like that. So, but I was able to come catch you one. We rated the people's songs and shit, which that shit was funny as fuck. I loved it. We got to do more. But I'm definitely going to get down there to the wall, you know what I'm saying? And do the podcast with you this go around this year. We're going to make that happen. I'm going to bring my people with me, bro. We're going to just talk some shit. I need to get on the millionaire, billionaire, talk mindset. I'm talking about one you got. I'm bringing my people with me. We're going to talk their talk, you know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of you. I want you to keep going. You're doing exactly what needs to be done. I want to tell you this, though. Like, people going to show you really real love. They're going to show you genuine love because you putting a light on. But the bigger this get, the love where we at, that shit's going to drop off. But it's crazy, but it's cool because the love going to be worldwide. And they going to start to feel what you about to do to them, you know what I'm saying? Feel like how you move and how it's getting big. You got to prepare for that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay humble. You gotta embrace that. Because all that's gonna help you grow. It's gonna help you grow more. And the solid ones, they gonna stick with you, bro. But like, trust me, I've been there, I've done it. I ain't done the podcast, but I live that. So, bro, it's just being a content creator, any type of creator, period. It's your hard work. Anybody who do it, give them they flowers. Nigga, you go. Keep going at what you doing. Rapping ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Proud of you. Proud of the whole cast. Y'all gonna see me soon. Yeah, and I'm bringing the floaters with me. Yeah.
Hi Lawrence, it's your girl Amber, and I just wanted to tell you that the Talk to Me Nice podcast is absolutely amazing. Every series that you have, every different breakdown that you have of the podcast is all amazing. The episodes are all great, they're all bangers, and just the year you've came so far, you made it on top in such a quick time, and I'm just so proud of you. The podcasts have impacted the community so much. When I say so much, I mean so much, all the way from giving people the spotlight on what they do for the community, how they're making their business grow. If they're business owner, you give so many people the chance to advertise through your podcast. I just really think that this podcast has brought something different to the Middle Georgia area. When I say you give everybody, no matter what they do, no matter who they think they are, no matter who they are, you always give everybody the hope and the courage to just keep going behind the scenes, on the scenes. And I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the good work. And of course, it's your girl Amber from the Talk to Her podcast.
I appreciate that.
That is pick 12.
Congratulations.
Next question I got. The Rose Garden hashtag Talk to Her Nice. I put those two together. Rose Garden, I created that because I feel like it was needed. A lot of people like to give recognition to like celebrities, but nobody really just sits down and really appreciates like the people around you. And I feel like you got to give people their flowers. So that's kind of self-explanatory with the Rose Garden. To be clear, again, another behind the scene thing, Rose Garden is not my best thing in terms of views, just because, honestly, if you don't know these people, you don't usually watch them that much. But that's not what we do it for. Like I told you, I'm not here to do it for the money. Don't get me wrong, I like two things to come in together if they could. But we do it to make sure people understand that they are appreciated. If it made money, cool. If it don't, cool. That's what we have. The more, highly viewed things like the podcast or things for that make it even it out. But the Rose Garden, the millionaire mindsets, things like that, that's just to make sure people get their well-deserved flowers. We never will stop making sure people get their acknowledgement. And Talk to Her Nice. I don't know what y'all want me to say about Talk to Her Nice, man. We definitely brings the vibes. It's still a work in progress. Obviously, it's still something pretty new. Definitely brings a different element. The reason that got started was, as much as I want to reach everybody, I'm not a female. I can only do so much for the female audience. And again, knowing your analytics, my audience prior to Talk to Her Nice was like 68% male, and then the rest was female. But I, in a perfect world, I wanted 50-50.
Right.
So with Talk to Her Nice, it's brought it down a little bit. Obviously, I'm still more male oriented, but that does add a different element, and hopefully we can build off that idea and maybe get some more female viewership.
All right, expansion.
Yeah, that's the goal of it. All right, pick 13, man. I'm gonna jump right into it because you're not gonna guess it. It's Party Boy Crash, man.
Yeah.
This is where I start breaking brackets because these last three people I didn't really see on a lot of lists. Yeah. Party Boy, unless you were watching from day one, you have completely missed Party Boy Crash. You got to go back to episode 7. He was on there with you. So even you.
He was.
Even you don't remember that.
Right.
Episode 7, he was showing his behind. Episode 19, a star. If you've seen that, you will quickly see why he's on the list. Again, he's a true star, even better person. Again, one of those people who it go past, the camera. Same thing. I was at his baby shower and things like that. People forget my last battle.
I was just about to say that his last battle was against Party Boy Crash.
My last battle was against Party Boy Crash, man. He definitely talented.
Y'all need to go watch that.
Definitely a good guy. I appreciate him always supporting me, and he knows it's likewise. Definitely give him all the flowers in the world because he deserves it. He just had a baby, like I said recently. Congrats to him.
Congratulations, brother.
Congrats, most definitely, and hopefully soon, once everything gets settled, I can get you back on here.
Happy anniversary to Talk to Me Nice podcast, man. Keep going up. The impact been crazy. Numbers been crazy. Let's get this man to 1 million views, bro. Congratulations to all the success. To more success, bro. Keep going. AG2 out.
I think this podcast was brought in at the right time. Excuse me. With COVID-19, people were being quarantined and didn't have anyone to talk to and express themselves. But Ray was able to make it COVID-19 safe for us all to come together and enjoy those podcasts together, networking, doing things in the community for our kids, and single mothers and others that could use the help that he was providing. I do see this podcast going pretty far in the future. I can't wait to make on another episode, and I do see it happening soon. But it has definitely made a great impact, and I think it's an amazing idea, and to keep pushing with it. So I see it going way further than Georgia, and once it takes off, it's going to take completely off. So yeah, guys.
What is up, y'all? This your girl Coca Kleckley. Yes, I am at work, but it is nothing to give my boy his accolades. I just want to shout out to Ray and the Talk to Me Nice podcast. Congratulations on your year mark. Thank you for having me. Thank you for making me a important part of your podcast, putting me on the panel. If you haven't tuned in to Talk to Her Nice, go ahead and tune into those episodes. You feel me? But I definitely just wanted to let y'all know that Talk to Me Nice is a revolution. You feel me? Especially for the Middle Georgia area. We putting people on. We getting people the recognition that they need. And I say we loosely because this is definitely Ray's podcast. So, and he will tell you this is my podcast. But yeah, definitely shout out to Ray. Congratulations on your 1 year and your 8,000 subscribers. And if you haven't yet, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to Talk to Me Nice. And it's your girl Coca Kleckley out.
Next question real quick, just to show people they flowers. Myself, my personal favorite YouTubers, local YouTubers that is, Miss Riza Diane, big homie Leonard. I gotta give him his flowers because when I first started the YouTube and I ain't know who to ask nothing, Leonard gave me the game. So he, who? Who is L?
Did you say Leonard?
Yeah.
Okay. I always know people by different names.
Hey, by all means. But nah, he even down to when I wanted to upgrade my camera, I reached out to him and he told me what camera to use. He's always gave me game when it comes to YouTube. So, of course, definitely got to salute him because, again, he didn't owe me that. He didn't have to do what he still did. And my last favorite YouTuber, Miss Danny on the Beat TV. She does makeup tutorials. So, I still click on your video. I'm not going to front. I still click on your video just so you get that view.
That's love.
Yeah.
That's love.
I let it play.
Yeah,
She's definitely talented. I like her view. When she tells stories on there sometimes, I definitely check those out. And even when it's just makeup, still just click on it and make sure you
That's
get your views.
real love.
Shout out to those 3. If you're looking for another local YouTuber to watch, definitely check those out. If there's other YouTubers, I don't mean to be disrespectful. Tap in with me. Let's get you on here so we can promote you as well.
Right.
Pick 14 of the perfect panel. This one is one. This is what it got difficult at. But it's Miss Ebony Sherman for the people.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how do you? And another thing, this I'm gonna explain it after I tell about why Ebony is on here.
I did say her. Okay.
Because I know people are gonna say, how do you join one video and make the perfect panel? It's kind of easy. You gotta be as naturally talented as Ebony. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Another one who would have likely made it higher had she been on more. A strong personality. She's kind of like a Courtney, but not as controversial. She's just gonna stand her ground and tell you how she feels. So definitely somebody who I had to have. And crazy because again, I got hundreds of lists, and I've seen some people who had her as high as a top 5 on some lists from one episode. So she sneaks into the back end of the perfect panel just off her talent alone. So before I announce the last person on that perfect panel, I'm gonna acknowledge some of the honorable mentions of people I got and explain why some of these people weren't on the perfect panel. Main people I was hearing: Quitman, AD, P Stern, AG2, Fresh Briscoe, Kishana, Amber. It was a lot of people whose names I kept getting. And I said it on a video, and I don't think people really understood what I meant when I said the perfect panel. Like Quitman and AD for reference, they both have the top. Well, Quitman has the top millionaire mindset. Like that episode was crazy. He gave out so many gems. Same thing with AD in the Rose Garden. But I think people were confusing the fact that I said I'm basing it off of the podcast, not the other videos. And then people were adding in the Rose Gardens to be like, oh, they'd be perfect on the podcast. Now, technically, they both were eligible because they both had been on a podcast. But that's not where they shined at. They shined in their own moments. So, to be fair, to be fair, now if I just open it up to anybody, they both probably would have made it just off of the game they gave. But like, I tried to make it easier because again, we got 70 videos, probably 300 plus people. I tried to limit, like, all right, just focus on the podcast. You pick people off the podcast. So to keep it fair, same thing with P Stern. P Stern always shows up and does her thing. She's only been on one podcast though. So she's been on a His and Hers. She's been on other things. She's been on a Rose Garden. She hasn't been on but one podcast episode, which was early on too. So same thing. She was on the same one with AD. That one didn't get watched a lot. Same thing with you. You should be on there. You was on episode 5. They gotta come back. Like,
yeah, great. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. I mean,
it's respect.
Other thing like Raza. I know somebody's gonna ask me about Lady. Lady, the host will talk to her nice. I know I'm gonna hear that. How is she not on the perfect panel? Lady's been on one podcast episode. Right. Talk to her nice. Yeah, obviously, if we were having a talk to her nice perfect panel, Lady would be there.
Right.
Only been on one podcast episode. Especially the reason I did that, because it's been so much talent that came on the podcast. Like, how it's just unfair if I start picking people who weren't on the podcast. Like, I tried to keep it as fair as who sat in there on a podcast and done what they was supposed to do.
Impact.
Now, nobody, to be clear, every panel has been on the episodes that came out. Like, I mean, we had some episodes that didn't come out, but even then, some of the people on the panel are on the perfect panel. That just wasn't the right mix of people. Right. So that's another reason why who all flows together on this perfect panel. These are the people I picked. So I said all that to say that the final pick is the one nobody thought of on the perfect panel. Perfect panel pick 15 is Mr. Stephen Bush.
Yes, sir.
So again, let me explain, because a lot of people weren't even watching when Stephen was on there. This is another person. I'm speaking longevity, but only been on one episode. To like, and not to disrespect the people who made the perfect panel, I don't want to make it seem like just because they was on 7 episodes, that's why they made it. Now, it definitely didn't hurt because you just had more opportunity to be good.
Right.
But for the people like the back end of this who were on 1 episode or 2 episodes and still made it, that means you really
impact. It's about the impact.
Yeah, you really showed up. So for people who don't know, Steven's a true businessman who gets paid very well for what he does. And he took time out of his busy day to come sit down and gave people the game for free that he usually charges for. Like I don't know if I said it on camera. I might have did. We've been talking for too long. I don't remember. But when you make people stop mid-episode to go get a pen and pencil and take notes, that's a valuable asset to any panel you put together. What Steven did on that episode literally set up episode 20, which was the turning point that gained a lot of attention, that really woke people up and started paying attention to the podcast. So how can you create the perfect panel without the person who episode 20 kind of opened the door to a lot of people on the perfect panel? Right. How you gonna leave off the person who put that in place? So Steven rounds out the perfect panel at pick 15. So everybody at this point, if you're watching the video, there was no perfect panel, obviously, because Steven probably busted your bracket.
You won, dude.
Facts.
You the one. But shout out at the moment, the person who had 14 out of 15. The only person he missed was Steven. And I'm going to keep it real, because my guy, Gabe, he actually wrote me. This is why you got to believe in your list when you send it. He sent me 15 people. No, he sent me 16 people. And he had Steven on there.
Dang.
And I said, yo, you got one too many people. Who you taking off? He took Steven off.
Yeah. That hurt.
Yeah, so he had 14 out of 15. He's still gonna win $100. Obviously, because nobody sent in a perfect panel.
All right.
Shout out to Gabe though, because obviously that means you be watching. You got 14 out of 15.
Facts. Shout out.
So shout out to everybody, not just him. Anybody who's watched, obviously.
Gabe Solomon, because I know too. Yeah, he be on it.
Oh, he definitely on it, man. Listen.
Now to be fair, Gabe did send me like 7 lists, but his last one, he really locked in and he had it. But he changed it last minute. Took Steven off and
number 1, man.
Cost you $400, big dog.
It's gonna hurt, man. That's gonna hurt.
But anything else y'all want to say? Anything else y'all gotta say, man, before we wrap this thing up?
I got a question for you.
What's up?
Where you see this thing going in 5 years?
5 years? See, I don't even think that big, because to get to 5 years, that means we need to do everything right.
Yeah.
Year to year. Like, my goal, I said it again when I was talking about the per panel, my goal for year 1 was to only get 500 subscribers. I was like, yo, if we get to 500 subscribers in this first year, we doing our thing.
Yeah.
We chasing, like, I know my analytics. I gain about 1,000, anywhere from a little bit over or a little bit under 1,000 subscribers a month now. So now we looking at probably 10,000 by like September type situation. So obviously I'm far past where I thought I'd probably be at.
Facts.
So this year it's just more about not doing the same, but doing it at a higher level. Still reaching more people, still putting people in position, still helping out those who've been doing everything they can for me, trying to return the favor as best I can. That's just really, if you do the things that got you where you want to be, you're going to continue to get where you need to go, is kind of how I look at it. Not to put too much game out, we're going to be going on the road this year. We got a couple of locations that's reached out. We locking in dates for places. So we're going to be hopefully reaching out to other locations outside of Middle Georgia, but it's still all about Middle Georgia. Don't get it wrong. We're going to be 478 wherever we go, even out of state. But yeah, that's the main thing, man. Year 1, like I say, was all about showing love. But year 2 is still about showing love, but I want to turn it more to a business side as well, because there's a lot of people, like those people I mentioned at the beginning. A lot of people come, they do what they supposed to do, they come show love, and they doing it for free because we ain't making no money. For all you people who thought this podcast makes a lot of money, I'm gonna let you know now, it doesn't. YouTube doesn't pay that much. A lot of this stuff we do is out of our own pockets, because again, we don't charge nobody when we could have.
Right.
So don't get me wrong, every now and then I negotiate some things to like do the giveaways with people, but for the most part, a lot of the people who are working hard are doing it for free out of their own pocket. So that's my main goal this year. Not necessarily about me, because I don't really care about the money. Right. But I want the other people whose gas is expensive. I want people, if you want to come support me, you want to come help me out, I don't want you doing it out of your own pocket. So I guess that's the major goal for year 2, is how to get these people paid for the hard work they're putting in. And again, shout out to those people. I mentioned them earlier. Chris, Trey, Maggie, Keisha, all these people. some people haven't even been on camera. They just hear whether they bouncing off ideas, whether they work cameras, whether they just roll with me places, so I didn't have to ride alone. Or business, a lot of business meetings went on behind the scenes only these people know of. So just let me bounce ideas off of them. A lot of these things we did, we wouldn't have did without them. So shout out to those people again. But that kind of wraps up everything I had to say. What about y'all? Anything y'all need to promote? Anything y'all need to shout out? Anything y'all need to do?
Okay, I got my newest song, Cold Heart, which is about mental health. You know, people that's going through things. It's on all platforms. It's even on YouTube. I got a music video finna come up for it, so be on the lookout for that.
That's what's up. So let me ask y'all this to close this out. What do y'all see year 2? What we doing year 2? And how often are people seeing y'all year 2 is important?
Year 2, I feel like I'm gonna be here as much as I was year 1. Hopefully, Aaliyah's Big Black Book, which is officially known as the Black Business Bureau now.
Okay.
Hopefully that is like up and running. I know y'all be like, you know what, I'm tired of you, but I be doing a lot of work behind the scenes y'all don't know about. So definitely looking to collab with Mr. Talk to Me Nice for year 2, but we already know like year 2 gonna blow up. So way year 1 did. So shoot.
For me, I probably pop up a little bit more, you know.
Hey, the people was asking for you for a while. You
for real?
Down. They was like, well, you boy?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna pop up a little bit more, man. I be, listen, between acting and the music, I just be trying to get it. That's it. But
yeah, shout out to everybody who watches. Shout out to everybody who supports. My name is Lawrence Ray. Shout out Gabe for winning $100. And this is a sign. This starts year 2. So just watch every video, and you want to play catch up at the end of the year. You'll be able to put your perfect panel together just from watching. So shout out to everybody. If these great people have nothing else to say, my name is Lawrence Ray, and I guess for the last time in year 1, this was the Talk to Me Nice podcast.
Yeah.
Peace out. I'm gonna end this with a quick little story. I'm gonna put you all in my mindset at the time. I was 18 years old when I left my mom's house. I moved into a 1-bedroom apartment that was $440. I got paid every 2 weeks from McDonald's, and my check was $221. You can do the math on that. There was literally a $2 difference between me having a roof over my head or not. Now, I literally could not afford to clock in late to work. That's how serious that difference was. So I don't say that for pity. I say that so you understand my message. That's the mindset I kept to this day. I literally couldn't afford to lose. I woke up needing to change my circumstance, and I understood then if I could survive at the bottom, think what I could do at the top. So I worked sometimes 5-6 jobs at a time. People thought I was crazy then. And, you know they say, they always say you're crazy till you do it. Now, I mean, I have multiple cars. I'm a homeowner. I'm about to buy a second home soon. And I'm still working like my check is $221. So when it comes to community and making an impact, that isn't valued in money. That's valued in effort. Was I able financially to do like what I'm able to do now for our community back then? Of course not. I ain't had no money. But even with a $2 difference, you know, I used to open my door to my friends when they needed it, never asked them for a dime. I'm living on a $2 difference, and people used to ask me why I wouldn't ask them for money. Because God blessed me with $2 more than they had at that time. And some may not understand how really deep that goes, but that's kind of always been me. It didn't change just because my finances changed. We tend to focus on words like only. Man, you only have $2 to make things happen. You can't afford to help nobody. My question to that is why not? If I can do everything I need and still help you, even if I don't have much left, why not? If I turn him from a negative to even just a $2 person like me, that's one more sustainable person in our community. That's why money isn't important, because if you're only focused on money, you'll never have enough money. We could both be we could both be living on a $2 difference, and the guy that has 5 says before he can help us, he needs to get 10. Or the guy that has 10 says he needs to get to 100. Or the guy that got 100 needs to get to 1,000. If that's you, it'll never be the right time, because all you're chasing is the money. You'll always want more before you come back. So that's why money never has really been that important to me. Which goes back to my original point, and why do I do my best to get others to help others? Again, like I said, I don't know why I'm standing here, because it's really nothing special about me other than I attempted to do it. As I say, I stand out because nobody else has stepped up. You know, if somebody in here understands where I'm coming from, and you decide to be the next one, and maybe it's your turn to stand up here next time. And when they do, y'all know what I'm gonna tell them to do. Talk to them nice.